2 years, 4 months, and 16 days ago, Dumb Money was born. That's when Chris, Jordan, and I decided to bring cameras along with us to capture what it was like to be entrepreneurs and investors. We brought you into our real lives and our investments to show you how we think about investing and to help educate and encourage the next generation of investors. We uploaded an episode every single day. Not every day, every week though, for an entire year until we went into lockdown last year and started focusing on the new Dumb Money Live channel that you're watching right now. Well, today, the OG Dumb Money channel is about to hit a major milestone, 100,000 subscribers. And we've decided to do something major with the channel that you can be a part of. If you've ever watched any videos about money on YouTube, you definitely recognize where I am right now. This is not a green screen, this is real. I'm actually in Graham's Stephan studio. Graham, legendary OG money YouTuber. He now has nearly 3 million subscribers on his main channel, hundreds of thousands on his other 2 channels. And today on Dumb Money Live, we bought Graham Stephan's house. No, we did not. Today on Dumb Money, Graham is going to be joining in just a minute to help make a major announcement about the future of Dumb Money. We are Dumb Money.
3 friends who turned $30,000 into $30 million using nothing more than Twitter and a zero commission trading account.
The suits that work on Wall Street, they call those people the smart money. That's not us.
Our goal is to help level the playing field for everyday investors.
We are Dumb Money.
Hey there, Dave here, along with Chris and Jordan. This is Dumb Money. We are Dumb Money Live, and I can't be here in Graham's studio without awakening the almighty YouTube algorithm and asking every single person watching right now to absolutely destroy the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Yes. Graham, how
Dave,
did I do? Was that anywhere? Was that
is
up to
Graham
your standards?
stealing you? Is that the announcement today? Is Graham stealing Dave, and then we're closing down Dumb Money because we lost you? That better not be today's announcement.
Go. I mean, but I just wanted to say something. I think Graham needs to upgrade his internet connection. What is going on here? You're a little fuzzy, Dave.
Are we fuzzy?
A little fuzzy.
Wow.
It happens.
Let's see.
Dude.
Not everybody can be as crisp and clean as me. That's all I can say.
You really do have a special internet connection. You're always the best looking on the show.
Dude, Graham, thank you so much for being here today. I don't think you realize the influence you've had over us in this channel. Like, you were the first money anyone that I've seen on YouTube, and like, you make it look so easy that we were like, we can do that. I mean, look at that guy. It's got to be that easy. And what we've learned, Dave, is it's not that easy, right?
In the backlog, and saw he was just like talking to the camera for 30 minutes without a cut sometimes when you're standing like at a real estate listing. It was remarkable.
For the record, I have never thought it was easy. I am terrified by this. So I never thought it was easy at all. I think you come off looking great.
Thank you, guys. That means a lot. Thank you.
No, I do have to say there are certain people that made us think that YouTube would be worth the work. There were a handful of quality accounts a few years ago in the finance space, and you were definitely at the top of that list. And it made us believe that we could actually do something that was quality, that really did add value to people's lives, that really would make a difference. And honestly, you were like our primary inspiration for all the work we've gone through over the past couple years in getting what, man, 100,000 to us is like 10 million for you, right? Like, that's how big of a deal it is for us, because this is not our world.
Well,
and
talk about
just
that for a second. Like,
I should ask for a royalty. Jeez. Gosh, all right, I'll take 10%.
But when you were first getting started, your journey to 100,000, what was that like? How hard was that to accomplish?
I want to say it was both hard and easy because I wasn't trying. I started making videos like the same videos I do now, but I was just doing them for fun. There was nothing behind it. I love the schedule of it. I love posting videos. I love talking about it. And it was just like these blue waters of just uncharted territory where no one else was making these videos. No one else was putting like the YouTube element in finance. I just had so much fun with it. So I never expected anything. My goal that first year, I'll never forget, was 1,000 subscribers in the first year. And that was my reach. Because I'm like, I have to get 3 subscribers every day, like 3 strangers to subscribe. How am I going to do that? And Yeah, so when I hit 1,000 subscribers in like 3 months, I was like, what? Like, this is crazy. So my most excited moment ever was hitting 10,000 subscribers, because that to me would be like 10 million, because I just never expected it. Then once you hit like 10, I started growing exponentially, and then I realized like, okay, well, 100,000 is going to happen. It's just a matter of time. So by the time I hit 100,000, I'm like, okay, well, I've been preparing for this for a few months now. And then 1 million was also one of those other. 1 million really solidified it. Like, wow, like was actually able to do that. Talking about personal finance of all topics.
We were with
ended
you
up
the
being
day
a
that you
great-
hit 1 million, I think, right? Was that up in, where was it, Boston? Where was that, Boston?
Yeah,
I
that
don't
We
was-
were
remember.
in D.C.
Yeah, was that DC? Yeah, that was. I think it was FinCon.
FinCon.
Yeah, I was in a hotel room with. We had to go back to the room to watch the screen. It was me, Meet Kevin, and Ask Sebi, and then it was his girlfriend too. So it was all of us together just watching this. It was a cool moment.
That's awesome. Awesome. Well, listen, I think one of the big things, the big reason why we're about to make this announcement is because, like, Dave, you've been, I mean, you were a producer, Dave, at age 10, right? You were producing radio shows nationally at age 12.
I love how your age just keeps getting lower and lower. No, I was producing shows when I was 15. I did have to be driven to the radio station to produce the show, but no, you're
But Dave,
making
here's the
up
difference.
stories.
Like, there are people like me that I feel like I have a lot to say, but I'm so intimidated by YouTube. I'm so intimidated by having a camera and lighting and like all this stuff. I don't even know where to start. That like having editors and the concept of production, I feel like there are a lot of people like that out there that have amazing things to say as it relates to money and finance and savings and investing and NFTs and crypto. But they just need someone to hold their hand, someone to give them that little bit of a boost to get started, right? Maybe they work 3 jobs, and if they only had to work 2 jobs, they'd have enough time to do a show. I always felt like this last year that maybe we could do something for someone else the same way that, in a weird way, Graham, you just inspired us to get started, but it was easier for us, right? We didn't need to work a job at the same time. We have money. I have Dave. Not everyone has a Dave, right, in their life. So that's what today's about, more than anything else, is us trying to do something for someone else that maybe is in a position in their life where they can't be a creator, or it's just more difficult for them to be the type of creator they want to be and they keep pushing it off. Maybe we can be that boost today for a few people.
And with that, it's like you just dropped off in there. Is that what I insert drum roll here? Are you about to make a major announcement?
Well, you know us, we don't prepare. We don't have any, like, is this when we're announcing it, Dave? I don't know.
I got on a plane yesterday, and now we're trying to make an announcement. I do have that video clip that we talked about whenever we want to play the official reveal.
Let's just do it. Let's do it
or
and
you
let's
wanted to
talk
say
about
what
it, because, like, I have a lot of questions. I want to get, I'm so glad Graham's here, because I want to get Graham's advice on a lot of this before we kind of set off on it. But let's show that first and get Graham's reaction and get his advice. The Dumb Money YouTube channel just hit 100,000 subscribers.
And we want to give them to you.
If you're an aspiring money YouTuber,
We want to hire you for the opportunity of a lifetime.
Whether you're into personal finance or the stock market,
Reselling thrift store finds or Pokemon cards.
or tracking credit card points, or meme stocks,
whatever side hustle you're into,
If it has to do with making money,
we're interested. You bring the idea and the personality.
we'll give you the audience with your own show on the Dumb Money YouTube channel. We'll pay you $60,000
Plus your share of the ad revenue. We'll set you up with a full production team,
including editors, programming consultants.
YouTube algorithm gurus.
everything you need to make your show a success.
How do you apply?
Make a YouTube video pitching your show to us.
You can show us a sample of what the show would be like, or just tell us your plan.
We're looking for a great idea.
And above all, your personality.
Upload your video to YouTube and send a link to Get a Show at dumbmoney.tv.
But hurry, the deadline is soon.
We'll review all the applicants and pick not 1.
But 3 shows to debut on the Dumb Money YouTube channel in the next few months.
If your show blows up, we all win.
We did the work to grow the channel to 100,000 subscribers.
We want the next generation to help us take it to 1 million.
And there you have it.
So that's it. And I think another big reason why we're doing this is because this space of money and investing has just absolutely exploded in so many areas. Like, if I was half my age and had the talent of Graham, I would probably do a show about NFTs. I would do a separate show about crypto. I would do a separate show on the collectible space. I would do Dave, you'd probably do a credit card show on the side, right? But like, we can't do a dozen shows.
You tried to do that for about 5 minutes on TikTok, but then you realize, you know what, I'm too old to be on TikTok, and you don't have time to make that much content.
Yeah, and another thing that's always bothered me about our channel is, well, for better or worse, we're three middle-aged white guys, right? And like, I feel like there are so many people out there that are more diverse, that can speak to other segments of the world, whether it's, you know, where you're from, whether you're a female, if you are half our age or twice our age or of another color. I really want to reach out, and no matter who you are or how little experience you have with a camera in front of you, this is your chance. If you have an idea, if you have a side hustle, if you have a way to do something interesting as it relates to money in any way, we want to hear from you. And Graham, I want to hear from you right now. Like, where do you think the most opportunity is on YouTube? Like, what areas of that touch money do you think have been underserved, or what type of creator do you think has been kind of underrepresented in the money space on YouTube that you would personally like to see have this opportunity just to get a jump start? Because listen, we're not saying they're going to live on dumb money forever. This might be their boost, and they go off and create their own channel at some point, right? But what are your ideas?
Yeah, to answer your first question, in terms of an underserved money market, right now there's a lot of people making personal finance content. There's no shortage of it. The only underserved area that I really see at this point is taking like the Mr. Beast challenge aspect and putting that in finance. So that's been something that I've tried doing more like virally sort of things. They have not hit yet with my audience, and I haven't found like the right combination. Like, closest I got to that was having a monkey invest $100,000 for me. That I thought that was going to blow up. I thought that was like, how crazy is that? $100,000 from a monkey. People didn't care. So I think combining that sort of like those like money challenges, maybe give everyone $100 and decide, you know, follow those people and see who turns that into the most amount of money in like 48 hours or something like that. So I think if someone could find the right combination, the right ingredients to make that a hit, that is what I think. No one else is doing that now. But it's very hard to get that up and running, and it's just finding the right combination. So that is what I think is underserved right now. But then second, as far as any creators out there, there's a whole bunch of them. I couldn't name off just one or two because I think there are so many, you know, that are under 100,000 subscribers that have been consistently posting content, and it's just it's a grind. I would say the first 2 years is really about just consistency. So it takes time to naturally build up that audience where they want to keep coming back to you.
Yeah, I always think about what a grind it is, and you know, I have so much theoretical time in my life now that I no longer have a job. I do have a family, but I look at other people and I think, gosh, where would they find the time? What if you did work 2 jobs, right? And you still had a family, but you still had ideas, and maybe you had a side hustle. Maybe there was some element of investing or collecting or trading that was generating, you know, revenue for you and making a difference in your life, but you just don't have the mental capacity or the actual time in your life to get, you know, something like this off the ground. And that's why we had the compensation aspect to it. The concept of, you know what, for the next year, we're going to pay you enough that maybe you can, you know, quit one of your 2 jobs, right? And allocate some part of your week to focus on this initiative. That was why we had the compensation piece. And to be clear for everyone watching right now, this is obviously not about money. If you watch our show, our entire lives about, you know, building up resources and money for philanthropy. So best case scenario for us, a few years down the road, this could be a break-even initiative. we are not only paying compensation, we're also giving that creator their share of the ad revenue and sponsorship revenue. We have a team to help sign sponsorships for them. We have production facilities, we have editors, whatever that creator needs. It's a fairly big investment that we're making in hopes that, maybe one person comes out of this social experiment and it provides a gateway for them, or a bridge to leave their conventional life and become a really influential creator that makes a difference for millions of people. I hope there are people out there that see this, that find this this little video we just shared, and who are willing to spend a few minutes and put together a pitch for us. Because I really want to find those people, the people that ordinarily would not think that they could handle launching a YouTube channel. Let us help you with that.
Before we go on,
Yeah.
I've gotten some people telling me that your mic is
it mine?
crackling.
Oh.
So what I'm going to do is put this on the outside of your shirt.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
Now we
I
might
think
be able
Dave's
to-
auditioning to be your
Thank you.
production assistant full time.
Yeah, look
I
out,
know.
Jack. I might just be moving in.
I know. He spent 30 minutes setting this whole thing up perfectly. And I'm looking, there's wires. Like, it looks to you perfect. There are so many wires and things going on behind the scenes. I have no idea where to start.
That's the Dave I know.
Gosh.
It's nice to be able to work in an actual studio, though, where there are already lights. I didn't have to bring, like when I'm doing this in a hotel room, I have to bring my own lights, too. So this is
Turn this one on, too.
This is really nice.
We'll get even better. There we go.
Oh, look at that. We've just added another 2 watts of LED light. Love it.
There we go.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Graham, we heard what you feel is maybe the most interesting untapped area of FinTube. If there's someone out there that wants to send us a pitch video, what advice do you have for them? Right? Like,
Yeah.
who knows what their level of experience is?
Yeah, you can't copy. And that's the one thing that I've really realized, is that you can't directly copy what someone else is doing and expect to do it better than them. You have to come up with your own angle. And I think it's important to look at what other people are doing and figure out why it's working the way it is, but then you have to put your own spin on things. And I think the biggest thing that I've seen is a lot of people just go in thinking like, oh, I could just copy Graham. If I do exactly the videos Graham's doing, it's gonna work. But there's just a missing element of what makes you unique that doesn't get put in those videos. So it's so important to look at what other people are doing, but put your own spin on things. I think, and someone I'm incredibly proud of is Jake Tran. No idea if he's watching this, but he was making videos in the very beginning that were basically identical to mine. I'm not saying he's copying my videos, but like the same sort of formats, style, topic choice, thumbnail. He eventually switched to these amazing documentary style videos that just blew up out of nowhere. And now I enjoy watching his videos a lot. I mean, it's like you're watching a 30-minute movie once a week that he puts together, and they're all getting like several 100,000 views each. I think he's closing in on 500,000 subscribers. I am so proud of Jake because he was able to figure out like, okay, why is the current style not working? Let me switch it up. Let me do something that no one else is doing, which were these documentary finance style videos. And I'm so happy for him because they did well. He found his niche. He solidified himself in that space. And it's upward growth from there.
You know, I want everyone to know this, like, because listen, I had no idea when we got involved in this space. I was like, hey, are we going to have any support or help, from other people in the space? It's amazing people that are on FinTube, anyone doing anything finance on YouTube. It is unreal the amount of support that we have received from guys like you, Graham, the Meet Kevins of the world. Everyone has been so supportive. And that's what I love most about this medium, is it really is about something bigger than creating personal wealth for each individual creator, right? Like from our standpoint, like our motivation is trying to reduce the wealth gap in this country, right? And we feel that the only way to reduce the wealth gap is to bring more people into the investing class, right? And we feel that the best way to bring more people into the investing class is through financial literacy. And we feel that the best way to bring financial literacy to the world is through social channels like YouTube, because obviously our educators aren't financially literate, our elected officials aren't financially literate. Therefore, it's really difficult to bring financial literacy through traditional channels like the education sector. So that's what's happening right now on TikTok, and on YouTube. So like that's our motivation. So I feel like whenever I ask what the motivation is of a financial YouTuber, it is something that's way bigger than themselves, right? And that's why when we see other people that are creating and bringing value to the space, we want to help you. And it's so amazing that you have guys like Graham, and he's here helping us today. And we're obviously way smaller, but we're looking to help someone else who doesn't even exist yet. And in my mind, like, you said that most of financial YouTube is covered, except what we don't know about, right? Like there could be something that Graham hasn't even thought about yet, and we haven't even thought about yet. You might totally surprise us with your pitch video. Like I didn't even realize that could be a piece of financial YouTube. Like for me, I think NFTs are going to blow up the next decade. Now, I think most of them will probably go down to zero, right? Creative destructionism. But I think the NFT space will explode in so many ways. I would love to see someone come out and take us on an NFT journey the next couple of years and really make the NFT space approachable, because there are so many people that are intimidated by the NFT space or even what that is. Did you guys see that Beeple's art just auctioned off for $69 million? His
I
NFT?
saw that.
Isn't that insane? But don't you think that's one that might actually hold its value because it was the first and original? And
But $69 million. Imagine how many other like solidified pieces you could buy for that.
But you got all 5,000 pieces in one nice big JPEG. Like you literally bought a $69 million JPEG.
But you could also fill your wall with actual solidified artwork that's 200 years old, and he put it as a whole wall. It's the same thing. I don't know. I am a big fan of Beeple, but I think for the price, I would rather something with a little bit more history behind it. But that just me. Just me. I don't know.
And I think that's what's great, is that it's a controversial topic, right? And I think that's what makes it interesting. There are people that are just as adamant about the fact that they would way rather have the NFT over a physical piece of art that's been around for hundreds of years. And I get both sides, and quite honestly, like a lot of things, I haven't quite figured it out yet. I haven't really made my decision on what side I sit on, if either. And I think that's why it makes for a really interesting sector of this market, because listen, investing is no longer just about one thing. It's not about stocks, it's not about startups, it's about collectibles, it's about art, it's about NFTs, it's crypto. I mean, the investing landscape has exploded. There has never been a better time in my life to talk about investing or to get involved with it in whatever way is meaningful for you or entertaining or interesting for you than right this second. And that's why I think the timing is great for us to be doing this right now.
And we're going to keep doing Dumb Money Live here. So people are asking in the chat, is this on this channel? Is it on the other? No. It's the OG channel. It's the one that has more subscribers than what we're on right now. We're giving it away.
Yeah, and that's because we feel like we found our groove on Dumb Money Live. Like we had no idea. Like Dave, how much did we love but also hate running around doing camera setups all day long for the 60 startup videos we did, right? When we were investing in startups. That was so horrifically difficult for us. And now, like this live show, I love it, Dave. Like I can see us doing this for 10 more years, but like I don't know when we'll be ready to go back and have a show on the OG channel. And that's why we need to find someone else that is willing to do that work, right? But we're not going anywhere, guys. The Dumb Money Live channel is here to stay. This is our old channel that's more, what would you call it, Dave? Edited shows?
Yeah, it's episodic television kind of content on the original channel. We basically were creating vlogs because I discovered Casey Neistat, and like that was the only style I knew. I found him before I found Graham. We found Graham like because it was suggested because one of our videos was about stocks, and it's like, oh look, there's this other dude, and look how many followers he has. That's amazing.
Unreal. What else? What other words of advice can we get from Graham? Because I feel like we have to make some big decisions in the coming weeks, right, Dave and Jordan? Graham, what advice would you give us when we're looking for someone to invest our money and our time in and our brand? What should we be thinking about? Like, what should we be looking for?
That's a really tough one because I think, no, this must have been like 8 years ago. I posted on Reddit wanting to invest in a YouTuber. I was watching people who were like, building up their audience. I thought the same thing as you. I thought, imagine if these people had financial backing to make better videos. Imagine if they had someone like negotiating these deals and bringing in all these other ideas. I thought the same thing as you. And so I posted on Reddit saying like, hey guys, I don't want to make a YouTube channel, but I want to invest in someone else. What do you think of this idea? And everyone was supportive of it. So I approached maybe like 8 to 10 different creators on YouTube that I watched that were all under 100,000 subscribers. All of them said no to me. And the one person who said yes was just not that serious about it. Now, the people who said no really believed in what they were doing. They were already doing it already, and they didn't want to give that up. Now, the one guy who said yes thankfully it never worked out. But what's interesting is that now looking back at all of those creators that I reached out to back then, none of them are still active today. Not one single creator that I was interested in back then. So I do believe there's a bit of a barrier to entry that someone needs to show the dedication already ahead of time, that they're willing to make it a priority, even if they have 2 jobs, that they get back and they want to make YouTube videos. And so it's difficult for me because it's like when you say someone who works like 2 or 3 jobs, that was me. I mean, I was a real estate agent, I was buying properties on the side, and I was making YouTube videos. And it was 8 a.m. to probably 2 a.m., 1 a.m. every single day for a year and a half straight without giving up anything. And so that really proves that like you really want to do it, and it's not necessarily about the money. Sure, I probably could have done more had I not had so much on my plate in the beginning, but I believe like you make all your mistakes in the beginning when you don't have so many eyeballs watching you, that by the time you grow your audience, you've naturally evolved alongside with it. So that's going to be the hurdle that I see.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. That's something that's been on our mind, and this truly is a social experiment for us. I think, if anything, we're probably looking for people that don't have any traction yet. They really haven't experimented that much yet in this type of a medium. Maybe they have proven themselves someplace else. I would love to see TikTokers apply, right? People that have kind of done really well on TikTok, have shown that they have that regimented ability to create and to kind of connect on that level, but for some odd reason, YouTube is intimidating for them. And perhaps we can kind of help with that crossover, that bridge from a medium like TikTok to YouTube. But you're right. Like, in the half of me thinks this thing is going to be one huge failure, and that's totally okay too. Because like at that point, we always say, a lot of times it's knowing what you're not missing out on and moving forward, right? Knowing not to spend more time or energy on strategy A because it doesn't work. So let's move forward with all of the other things that we think might work. So, hey guys, this could be a huge disaster. We'll just see. And this next year will be a year of experimentation for us. And we really are hoping to bring in or find some future creator that has some barrier in their life or some psychological barrier that we can hopefully just help them get through that, right? With this challenge or this whole experiment. That's the goal.
But I think it has to be someone who wants to be on YouTube, wants to do this, has drive and motivation. So for example, Jordan, previous to being on Dumb Money, Jordan had no aspiration of being a TV star, right? Chris, you're an author, public speaker, you love that kind of stuff. I love making videos, and I talk to myself on camera whether there's a YouTube to watch it or not. So, but Jordan's not. And so what your perspective, Jordan, to kind of be thrown into the world of creating videos?
Yeah, so I mean, I think you definitely have to have somebody that wants to do it, because if you don't want to do it, if it's like, if you're having to be dragged kicking and screaming into a situation, that's not the right person. But you also have to have somebody that's really interested into, or who has, a lot of interest in certain niches, right? And so whether, like Chris said, it's the NFT or whether it's the stock market, I'm not even against personal finance, right? I know that Graham said there's a ton of people that do personal finance, but I think all investing starts with personal finance. And so I think you've got to be able to bring that world in with investing to make it more approachable for people, because that's what we're trying to do, right? And so, maybe the sole focus wouldn't be personal finance, but maybe it's, this is how I, make sacrifices to be able to do what I really know that I need to be doing, and that's investing, right?
Yeah,
and I think a lot of young people need to hear that message, right?
And that's
And
where
Dave-
you're an expert at what you do. You have loved doing it, and now to be able to talk about it, that's a little bit new to you, right? And so and everyone's saying in the comments that you're a natural. You're the best one on the show, and that.
That is false. That is very false.
But Dave, also, like, I was YouTube curious. I felt I had something to say, but I can guarantee you there was a 0% chance that I would have ever made the leap to YouTube without you. Period. It was never going to happen, ever. So, I just happened to be friends with you, was connected with you at some point in my life, and it's because of you that I'm here today. And the entire purpose of this experiment is, can we be someone's Dave? That's it. Because I feel like some people see less of a barrier to getting a camera in their face and actually taping and uploading to YouTube, and especially young people, it's really natural. But I know that there are some people out there just like me that are curious, they have things to say, but they're just never going to do it because they're so intimidated. Dave, I was so intimidated by this medium. I would never have done it without you. So like, I just hope that we can be that entity for someone out there, or a few people.
So we'll see how it goes. And if you want to submit a video pitching your idea to us, the email address is open. So you'll upload your video to YouTube and then send a link to us at getashow@dumbmoney.tv.
Yeah, Dave,
When's
can I
the
talk
deadline?
about?
We're gonna do it for the whole month. So March 31st.
Cool.
Yep. Hey,
And,
Graham,
yeah.
we might send, if we get down to a bunch of finalists and we just can't figure it out, would you mind if we share them with you and get your input?
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. So you know what? You never know. Graham might be taking a look at your guys' work. I do want to say, before we get done here for the day, Dave, can we just talk about this GameStop thing for a second? Because it has been nuts for me the last 24 hours. For those of y'all that don't know, I put out a tweet yesterday at, I don't know, it was like a 12:49 saying, hey, I'm out. GME, I'm out for now. That's all I said. And I don't ordinarily share all my trades, but GameStop is one that people have been asking me about nonstop the past month. What are you in? You out? When are you getting out? And I just felt like sharing. That was it. It was that simple. I had a meeting, so I had a lunch meeting, so I hit tweet, and then I took my lunch meeting. And about an hour and a half later, I got back into my car, and it was just unreal. Between the tweet responses and the emails and the phone calls and the text, it was, Chris, you just crashed GameStop. And then it kind of spiraled into this whole narrative of, he's in with the hedgies, right? There was this conspiracy. I had people contacting the SEC. Yesterday,
No.
I was getting hate. Oh yeah. So what happened was, guys, 1 minute after I sent that tweet, I sold GameStop at like 358 or something like that, at pretty much at the high of the day.
Wow.
1 minute later, it's crashed. Okay, and then it had dropped 40% in 15 or 20 minutes. So I just want to say, I want to put it out there right now. Total coincidence, luck, randomness. I'm not part of a master government conspiracy, right, to screw the individual investor, right? I did not put that tweet out thinking that myself, that I had that type of influence. I'm sure it was a coincidence, and if it wasn't a coincidence, if someone else just happened to, see that tweet, I know that a lot of these investor boards now follow everything that I say, and I know there are a lot of people that are trading on things they believe that I'm doing. So I need to be really careful about that in the future. So maybe it did spiral a bunch of stop losses, and my tweet, who knows? Maybe it was. If it was, it certainly was not my intent. But I want everyone just to know that I'm not part of a conspiracy, and I did not intend to crash GameStop with my.
I don't think there's any way. There's no way you crash it. I don't think Deep Effin' Value posted on Reddit his update last night. So there's a bit of a. I don't think he did. So there could have been he could have unloaded that, which would have been maybe a good time for him to have done that. And by doing so, I mean he hit all the circuit breakers. I don't know.
Yep. No, absolutely. I had gotten calls from even some hedge fund buddies that I don't coordinate with. Okay, I don't collaborate with on my trades. But I got calls from them that yesterday afternoon. They're like, "What the hell, dude?" They're like, "We saw your tweet, and then we saw what happened afterwards." They were like, "I was like, dude, I think it's just the most coincidental." Random thing in the world, and yes, I'm taking heat for it. It's like you're damned if you do share and you're damned if you don't share, right? Like there's no winning place in this, and that's why we've been so careful to say, guys, we just do this for us. Like we don't, we trade for ourselves, we collaborate, we want you to poke holes in our thesis, let's collaborate, let's research together, but don't ever trade on someone else's trades, right? That's the most
is it
irresponsible
coming back
thing
though,
we'll
do you think? Do you think we have a chance? I did not get into GameStop in this second round, but I lost enough the first time to stay away from it.
You know,
I've
Dave,
never bought any GameStop because I think the whole thing is insane.
Dave, you know that this is not an area, like GameStop is not a stock I'm ever going to talk about with conviction. I mean, you know, like it is what it is. Like we're all playing some of us are playing the game. We're trying to do our best. Like, yeah, I traded GameStop. I've been super fortunate and maybe a lot lucky with my entries and exits, but it's not something that's part of my true social arb investing methodology, right? We're doing it because it's become part of like pop culture right now.
It's a pop culture trade, not a social arbitration thing.
Yeah,
Are you playing GameStop, Graham?
Not really, no. It's fun to watch. I like covering it, but no.
Your video was amazing yesterday.
Oh, thank you.
Like the fact that you made a video the same day it was happening and were able to basically cover it live. It was everything that I needed.
Thank you.
From a YouTube
Yeah, it was a
video.
lot of work to do that, and I hope it didn't come off too harsh because I was very upfront that it makes no sense. No sense. Just to understand what you're getting into. I think if you want to play GameStop for fun and you have money that you're like, I'm going to go to a casino, but I'm going to do it from my house and be a part of a group and get on Reddit and just trash talk people, then fine. Yes. But as a serious investment, I would be shocked. There's no way it's sustainable. Maybe you make money. Maybe you make money at the roulette table too. But that's how I see this.
That's a great perspective. Guys, there are so many stocks to get serious about. There's so many types of investments to work on and research. And for me, GameStop is just not one of them. It is like I tell everyone, if you want to do it for fun. Exactly what Graham just said. But like that's just not, it's not a ticker that we're focused on here. Like I have so many others that, no, it's not what we do. Man, Graham, thank you for being on the show today. We really appreciate it. Again, you're an inspiration for us. And who knows? I hope we can be an inspiration for someone else either now or at some point in the future. So thank you,
I'd
man.
love that. Yeah, no, thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate that.
Awesome. All right, Dave, you need to get back to Dallas, dude, because we have a lot going on tomorrow. All right?
I know we're doing another show tomorrow, right?
We are, and it's a really important show. We have another huge announcement to make tomorrow, totally unrelated to this
How
announcement.
many announcements can one YouTube channel have? They're going to be confused in the messaging.
I can
It
tell
turns out
you,
it's two.
I can tell you, we're going to announce something tomorrow that no one has ever done before for their community, right? We love our Discord community. We have 30,000 of you guys collaborating. I've said it before. We have the most powerful research and collaboration engine in the world in our Discord, and we don't charge money for it. Like, it's just literally, I always dreamed of having a community that was more powerful than the most powerful sell-side bank or buy-side fund on Wall Street. And now I think we have one that's more powerful than all of them collectively put together. And we wanted to do something to say thank you. And tomorrow is our way to say thank you to our community, and we've done it in a really creative way, in a way that will be lasting, and I can't wait to talk about it tomorrow, guys. So please join us tomorrow. Subscribe, hit that bell.
And with that said, if you haven't, we should let Graham do his.
Yeah, please, Graham, you do it for us. You're the best.
Really? You sure?
Yes.
All right, guys. So with that said, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to destroy the like button, subscribe button, and notification bell. All of our information is down below in the description. If you're interested in joining the Dumb Money channel, the link to that is also down below in the description where you can submit your video. And don't forget to get your 2 free stocks.
Always
Thanks,
2
guys.
free stocks.
Always.
We're Dumb Money.
Always be plugging.
We'll see you here tomorrow.